What is going on, players? And welcome back to the Journeyman with me, FoggyPlays on FM22. Today, we're going to be looking at transfers we've done in the what would be like the winter window, but it's in the summer, so they are middle of the season transfer window. And we're playing Dongwoo in the league. Also, because it's the director of football save, I have no control over the transfers, and that is going to be important in just a second when I show you some of the transfers that have happened, because my director of football is stupid. Now, if you do want to enjoy this episode, of course, drop a like and subscribe. It would make a massive difference. Now let's get into the video. Alright, fellas, so as I said in the intro, we're taking on Dongwoo, but we've also just finished the transfer window, and there's some rules in China that I don't think my director of football knew about, because it's been so we had a couple of players that our director of football was trying to sign on loan, two striker type players who didn't arrive. Also tried to sign a right back. I think he went on loan. He went on loan somewhere else. Dongwoo. Okay, so we're going to be playing against the right back we were trying to sign. We couldn't have played anyway because he's over the age of 21, I think it is. But we have two players who are leaving at the end of their contracts. Shi Yangsheng is actually a player that I kind of wanted to keep because I thought he could potentially at some point be a decent player, but he is off to Kung Fu and Renho, nobody cares about. So we're going to have a look at the players that have left first. Zhang Lingguang was a meh right back, left back, play either side. He was a handy utility player, always was on the bench. I think he only played one game for us. Then four of our players got sent on loan to a new affiliate who we picked up just before the transfer window started. And then Director Football just kind of went mental and started selling players for free. Like Jin, who wasn't great, but was a handy player to have in the squad. He went away on a free. Song Pinyang went away on a loan, and we actually got money for that one. Hoijan was a player that was kind of a utility player. Came in, sat on the bench a lot, played a couple of games. He's gone to Hanoi. I think since they picked him up, they've actually done kind of relatively well, so I'm guessing he's had something to do with that. And then a random right winger who was never good enough to play for us left on deadline day for XM Egret Island, who are an amateur team. But then we go and look at the players that we've signed, and there has been quite a number of them. So Saif Saeed is a right winger who is pretty good, 5'7", so he's not the tallest player in the world, has some decent numbers. Zanzibar international, nope, just a Zanzibar native, who was playing in Zanzibar for, okay, it's just KVZSC. He was having a decent season with them. And we also signed Richard Yaka, a Tanzanian. So we've 3 foreign players in the team now. Richard Yaka came from also a Zanzibar team, even though he's from Tanzania. He's been he's been fine. Yang Yui is, we sent him back out on loan. Yeah, he came in and went straight out on loan. Chang Bon is very, very, very good. Well, not very good, but he's much better than his attributes would suggest. Pretty decent physically. Has good bravery and work rate. Other than that, not a huge amount to shout about, but he has played twice and scored twice, so I can't really complain about that. Zheng Yangguo, I think he's in the first team, but he's actually not going to play just in there because we needed some players. Li Nan is another player who we signed as a future prospect. De Xiaolin is a potential first choice goalkeeper. I'm not going to play him today, but I like his personality. Mercenary. He's without a doubt our best goalkeeper, but he's not going to start this game because I don't want to throw him in straight away. And Li Yangzhao is a decent player. He's got good technique, determination, flair, very, very brave, and quite angry. So he makes for pretty decent pressing forward. The fact that he has 2 strength, a little bit frustrating, but that's, you can't have everything. And then we're going to get to the part where the director of football has made an absolute hames of things. Julie, without a doubt, would be our, if you look at the current ability and potential ability, would be our best central midfielder. Can't register him because he's over 21 and we'd already registered 5 players. But we are paying 775 quid a week for him. I don't think we're going to miss out a huge amount on him. He was playing regularly for a team in the Super League before dropping down to play for us, and he's not actually going to play for us. So that's a little bit annoying. We also signed, where's the other one? Wang Peng is a striker who we really could have done with having an extra body up front. Can't register him. He's 26. Hasn't scored a competitive goal since 2021. And he's only scored 6 in his entire career, but we're also paying him 1,600 quid a week. So, not ideal. I think there's one other player we signed that we can't register. Is there? Or is it just the 2? That's actually, no, it's just the 2. But that's, what, 2,300 quid a week that we are paying to players that aren't actually, playing at all. Which is, we have been given another coaching course, which is fantastic. As you can see, Julie comes straight in as our key player. And he's not going to play. Yang Zhao, I forgot he was our captain. He's surplus to requirements. He's decided he wants to leave. Nobody wanted to sign him. But as you can see here, we're first in the league with a point advantage over Kunshan, but they've played one more game than us. And also, the last game they won 7-2. Since you were here last, though, which would have been in June, we've gone on a pretty decent run. I did make one change. I think it was after the SXKQ. They asked, did I want to change the season expectations? And I did. Then we kind of went on a little bit of a shaky run of form for a while. But we did beat HLJ Ice City 3-1, who were the team that were second in the, or maybe they just jumped ahead of us. But our centre back Song scored a brace, and then we played Kung Fu. Chang Bon scored 2 goals, and Ding Yan Lin, who's been exceptional recently, scored for us as well, which was fantastic. And now we have 3 games in a row that are going to be on the TV. Don't have a huge amount of the season left to go, but we are doing pretty decently. Haven't been offered a new contract yet, which I'm surprised by, because we have been absolutely smashing expectations. As I said, I changed expectation to avoid relegation rather than the finish. Was it in finishing the relegation playoff? I think is what it said. I changed it to avoid relegation, and yeah, I think that kind of messed with everything a little bit. Like I said, we're not going to be starting with all the new players in today. I just want to make sure, because I changed some of this for the last game. But for this one, we are starting with Zhu in goal. Day is going to be sitting on the bench. He will at some point make it into the first team. As you can see, Li and Peng both sitting this game out. Really frustrating, because quite have liked to have his ability in the team. We are struggling for right backs as well. Ricardo Martins is suspended. Hanbon is out for another 5 to 11 days. So that means that Yingming is going to be starting at right back, even though he's not really a right back. But he is going to have to do the job, because we don't really have a huge amount of options. He's only 5'10", so he's not the biggest centre back in the world. Heo Yang is going to start at left back, with Jaka and Song in central defence. Peng and Shushon, in central midfield. Saif, Saeed and Chang Bon as our wide men behind Yan Zhao and Chao Lun starting up front. I'm interested to see how he gets on, because we do have Wang Chou and Zhu Yi on the bench. Who else do we have? Changbone can play up front, but Changbone has 4 finishing. To be fair, that hasn't stopped Wang Chao from scoring goals this year. He's got 3 finishing, but it's increasing. It's increasing. Fantastic. We have been playing him mostly as like a support pressing forward, which does seem to actually be a little bit overpowered this year. I've tried the poacher advance forward quite a bit this year, or in this particular save. It's not fantastic, but it's fine. So we've actually, at one point we were the 15th in the league, or for like our last 5 games. So I'm kind of quietly happy that we're after moving up. Their recent form has been shocking. The fact that they are the team that are bottom of the league now says something, seeing as how who's Haiyan had like no wins for the longest time, and the Leopards, having been top of the league after the first game day, the fact that they are now struggling in relegation and only have 3 wins all season really does show that their season has fallen to pieces. Because if you told me that the team that were top at the end of the first game day were going to be only winning 2 games more in the next 20, I would have been like, no, that's not going to happen. We have had a bit of unluckiness in the first half hour. Let's check and see how long we'd been in the game. Hit the post that time. And Changbone was just a little bit unfortunate in his attempt as well. Ashton, I'm really glad that someone came in at left wing, because Ashton was just so inconsistent. It was kind of disturbing. We don't have 12 left backs on the bench anymore, which is a nice change. Changbone puts the ball across. Safe. Said has a shot blocked by the Dongwu goalkeeper. We're going to go attacking because we should really be winning this game fairly comfortably, and we aren't. So I'm not enjoying this. I'm going to encourage the lads for the final 5 minutes or so. Yingming really struggling at right back, as I kind of expected he would. I'm going to thrash my arms and I'm going to put my finger actually and say, far from happy with what I've seen. Yeah, Yingming is kind of the weak link at the moment. Not ideal. Xhaka is actually having a good game. Kind of seems that whoever I play at right centre back is just going to struggle, regardless of who it is, because Zhang was at one point our best centre back, and he struggled quite a bit. Changbone's put that one wide. He struggled a fair amount, which was not ideal. Never really made massive mistakes, but always had like a 6.6, 6.7. That's not what you're really looking for in, in a centre back, because centre backs somewhat important, I suppose you could say. They're like potentially the second best or second most important. Saying the Zhang Qi's not really able to play there. Can anybody play it right back? Actually, no, what we'll do. Is there anyone here? Safe Said. I know I can put Said there, but I really don't want to. Yeah, I'm going to put Hoyang over at right back, and then bring on Jingping at left back. Safe Said not having the best of games, so we're going to bring on Tang Mao. I think we'll leave it there for now. There's 3 substitutions with 18 minutes left. If we lose to Dongwu, I'm going to be furious. Might have to take Song off because he's having a poor game. Changbone got himself sent off. Fantastic. This is exactly what I wanted. he's been playing so well in the last 2 games. Played so well. And then ye all arrive and he turns into a trash panda. Fantastic. Alright, song's coming off for Zhangqi. Yeah, like Zhangqi was at one point like a 4-star player. Is now dropped to 2.5, 3-star. It's a bit of a drop. I'm going to demand more again. We have one more substitution that we're sitting in our pocket. That's definitely offside. Okay, yeah. Keeper saved it regardless, but it was offside. They have yet another opportunity. FOGGY. Keeper new. We've had 23 shots. Shun can't find any of our players. Mao picks it up though. Tang Mao goes for a jog down the wing. Back to Jinping. Mao finds Shun. Shun. Just gonna go back to. We'll go back to balanced. 2 minutes plus whatever's added on, and we have one more substitution we can make. With 2 minutes left, I'm gonna make that change. We're gonna take off Ding Ling and bring on Chen Horan because he is a player I'd like to give some game time to. He was smashing it in our under 21s, I want to say. But we've managed to come away against the worst team statistically in the league and just about win. I'm going to say nice work, good game. I'm not going to give out to Yingming because I was playing him out of position. So, although you could say he wasn't really, doing all the way. Ice City did win their game, so they stay within 2 points of us, which is delightful. I was going to check something and I can't remember what it was. Shushun. He's fantastic. Oh yeah. The top division, 2001 China PR national youth team have lost 20 games out of 20. They won the league last year. So if we do somehow get promoted, I think we're up shit's creek without a paddle, because that's a hard sell. Not looking forward to it if we do make it there. I'm not saying we're going to. I think we're still potentially able to get relegated. We'll see how we get on. When are we going to come back? Well, good question. I think we come back for Henyang. We come back for the Leopards and Henui. Because then we have a little bit of a run in, depending on whether we make it into, or whether we're still fighting for the title. So that'll be the next episode. But if you have enjoyed this one, do make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share with all of your friends, and I will see you in the next one.